There's nothing worse than hitting the tee shot of your life, long and straight in the middle of the fairway, leaving yourself a mid-iron shot to the green from a fairway that's perfect. It's nice and flat. You've got a green that's huge, a little bunker that's protecting it. It's a simple shot. All you have to do is hit that mid-iron into the green. And what happens? You hit a fat shot. You hit the ground and the ball goes like 10 yards. Or you top it and the ball just goes low and curves off. Or even worse, you shank it and you end up in the lake on the right. Or even worse than that, you almost kill your playing partner. Now in this video today, I'm going to show you how to hit those mid-irons in 3 simple steps so the impact's perfect and you finish in the middle of the green. Step number 1, where we strike the ground. It's important, it's a ball turf strike. We can't hit before the ball. We don't want to be not hitting the ground because the ball is on the ground. We're hitting the mid-iron. So we need to create good pressure, good distance and a correct impact. We need to hit the ball and then the divot. So it's important that we use a reference point, which I've got a little spray here, which I also use for the face of the club. It's like a Dr. Scholl's foot spray. I spray a line on the ground, okay, and that gives me a reference point to where I'm striking the ground. Now, before I move into this, there are 3 rules that I use. I call them the 3 laws that are very important that every golfer must have. Number 1 is you must strike the ground, but where do you strike it and how are you striking it? So it's important we strike it at the right point, but let's not make a great big divot, okay? Point number 2, where does the club face point to impact? We need control over the club face. It's got to point in the right direction because wherever that points is where the golf ball is going to go. Point number 3, where do we strike the golf ball on the face? We need to hit it from the middle to get maximum distance and it helps hit the ball straighter. If I hit it from the toe of the heel, problems start. So what we want to do is we're going to concentrate on the first one, which is striking the ground at the right point. As you can see, I've placed 2 alignment sticks in the ground here, 1 and 2. I've just put them by the outsides of my feet, okay? Just let's say they're close to my hip joint. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you that a club. I just want to rotate my body inside these sticks. Now, if you look at my right pocket, it's turning behind me. It's as if I'm going to touch a wall behind me. So I want to rotate. I'm also, you can see I've moved away from this stick. I'm not moving into it. I'm not moving over here. Because if I start moving around, it's when I start to hit the ground at the wrong point, or maybe from here I move into it and I hit the ground too late, or I move away and I don't hit the ground at all. So my objective is to rotate my right pocket behind me and I feel like I'm nice and centered. Look at this. Now from here, we've got to move back to the left. I drive into my left leg and I just feel my right hip driving in to this stick, but I won't move it too much because from this point, I then lift, rotate. I have this kind of lifting action, rotational action, like a spiral effect as I work up through my left leg. And look, my belt buckle is literally touching this. I'm not in front of the stick. I'm touching it here. That means I've driven into my left side, but I'm in a straight line, let's say, slightly inclined backwards. That's the perfect position. So if I do with this with the club, I want to get the feeling of working everything from my center. My arms are working with my chest. I'm rotating behind me. Look at that. Bit of distance there. Drive into that left leg. Let the arm swing down. Then I can now rotate into that left side. Boom. Look at that. I let my body rotate, lift, and I've actually struck the ground perfectly at the right point. So here's the line. Let's make a few practice swings. Turn. Boom. Straight after the line. That was beautiful. Turn. Perfect. This is a great exercise. If you practice this often and you get used to hitting the ground, bruising the grass, you don't need a big divot, just bruising that grass after that line, for sure you're going to improve your impact. Like I say, stay centered and it becomes much easier. Let's go to step number 2. Right then, step number 2, squaring the face at impact. The only way the golf ball is going to go where you want it to go is if this is square at impact. So the first thing you have to check is our grip. Is your grip in a good position? If I'm gripping it too weak, that club face is going to come in too open. If I'm gripping it too strong, it's probably going to come in too closed. So the ball's going to go right or it's going to go left. So what do we want to do? Make sure the grip's positioned good. Okay. Right, when your hands are in a neutral position, I can see 2.5 knuckles on my left hand, the thumb and the forefinger have created a V shape that points to my right shoulder. I use the interlocked, my right hand's sitting on top of the thumb, the V shape created between the thumb and the forefinger, once again pointing to my right shoulder. That's a pretty neutral grip. Okay, now, but that's not enough because I can do so many good things and still find my hands ahead, yeah, but the club face really open. And what happens, we try to use our hands, we're gonna scoop it up, that club face is gonna come in, I'm gonna hit the ground at the wrong point, but also I'm adding loft. So it's gonna be a weak strike. It might go straight, but it'll be weak. So let's learn the correct way to square that club face. It's not very difficult, you just need to practice these sensations. What I'm gonna do is get the feeling that my left hand is rotating, like I've got a screwdriver and I'm just doing the opposite movement. I'm just gonna screw in a screw with my left hand with a screwdriver. I'm just rotating that forearm and getting the feeling that the back of the hand is turning under. So when I'm swinging with my left hand, the feeling that it's turning under, that my knuckles are turning to the ground, that my watch is turning to the ground. And the same with the right hand, I want to feel the palm going towards the ground. I get the feeling of the back of the left hand and the palm to the ground and rotating my forearms through. So when I grip that club, it kind of looks like this. So this is a good exercise, just turning, rotating the shaft. I'm just rotating that shaft and just feeling that my watch is moving to the target a little bit. So I get a bit of forward shaft lean and look how that club face is closing nicely. That'll allow me to square that club face up. So when I do some little half swings, okay, so if you come round behind me here, you'll probably see a little better there, that these little half swings, I'm just getting a feeling, swinging my left, back of the left hand, turning knuckles under to the ground, my watch is going to the ground, and I'm just releasing through. Even the palm of my right hand is going to the ground, and I'm just releasing through. Now, if I do too much of it, obviously the ball's gonna go left, and it's gonna fly a lot lower. So you've gotta find the right amount, but that's through practice. But let's just build up these sensations. Little half swings, build up that feeling, get everything working together, your body and your arms. When you can really feel that and you have a strong sensation of what's right, let's hit a golf shot. Let's see what happens. Right. Feel it, squaring it up. Knuckles are turning under. Great, I have a good feeling here. Let's see if we can get this on the green. Yeah, I just overcooked it in all fairness. The ball's just turned a little left, it flew a little bit lower, so I did overdo it a little bit, but that's fine. I'm trying to get that feeling of de-lofting the club, squaring that club face. I did a little too much, so the next shot I'll just try and do it a little less. Let's go to step number 3. Third and final step. This is my favourite. I think this will help most golfers with all of their impact problems. It's really simple and it does work. What do? I've placed 2 tees on the ground. I put one toe side and one slightly angled underneath the shaft. I've created like a gate for the club to swing through. And what's great about this, everyone's going to have a tendency, or they're going to hit this tee, or they're going to hit this tee. If you're really good, what's going to happen? You're just going to swing straight through the middle. But what happens if you find you have a tendency, okay, so I'll give you an example. If I swing away from my body, I'm going to hit that tee and I'm going to be hitting a ball from the heel of the club, or even worse, I'm going to be shanking it. So what I need to do is practice hitting the inside tee. And what I mean by that, when I place a golf ball on the ground, okay, to get rid of that heel problem, that shanking problem, I'm going to try and strike the inside tee and the ball together. And it seems simple. Trust me, it isn't, because your instinct wants to go to the outside tee. You're used to doing that. So practicing this and trying to hit the tee on the inside, what you'll probably find is when you start to do it good, you won't hit this tee, but you won't hit that tee and you'll just swing through the middle. So my objective is to do practice swings, swinging through the middle and striking the ground at the right point. When you can do that consistently, you know you're ready to use the golf ball. So for the golf ball, let's have a look. I put a bit of foot spray. Okay, Dr. Scholl's foot spray. Or you can use one of those stickers that goes on the club, or you can even use a pen, like a washable pen, where you put a dot on the golf ball, the dot's pointing towards the club face, and it will leave a mark on the club face. So what I'm going to do is place this club Let's put this a little bit more over here. Good. Put the ball there in the middle. Right, so let's see how good I am. So live on camera, I'm either going to mess this up or I'm going to do it good. My objective is to hit it out the middle. That's going to help me hit the ball straighter, and that's going to allow me to get maximum distance. So let's give it a go. 7-iron in my hand. I've got about 160 yards. Yeah, that's really good. That's going to finish on the green. Yeah, I've hit that to about 20 feet. Let's look at the strike. It was a little bit from the toe. Here's the mark there. So, you know, I left quite a wide gap in all fairness, but it's not too wide. So obviously I haven't hit it in the sense I'm here, but that allows me to hit the ball on the green. If it was slightly from the heel a little bit, I would still hit it on the green. But we don't want too much dispersion of strike across this club face. That's where the big problems start. So narrowing down that impact is going to help you. Listen guys, follow these 3 steps. Trust me, they really do work. And when you get that ball onto that fairway and you've got a mid-iron in your hand, there's nothing better than putting that ball on the green and having a putt for a birdie. Be your best. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up and share it with a friend. Click the subscribe button, the bell button next to it so you never miss a video like this one.